Hi again everybody, welcome to my YouTube's channel Crafters Cafe Him. I am Himali and I invite you all to join me in this creative journey ahead. Today we are going to learn how to make a scrapbook photo page journal. Before I start, I would like to tell you that making frames for photograph and making a scrap page for photograph is totally different. It's like in frames you can add different kinds of photograph, but in a scrapbook every scrap page, every design has to be according to what your photograph is. It is like a personalized thing. It is not just a random one. We will learn how to make a frame to the photo, how to make different embellishments, and how to bring the whole thing in one piece. To start with, I have taken this 8x8 hardbound paper. It's a 300 GSM paper. And my main focal point are these two photographs. So this is what I have to frame it or scrap it. This is what will go. It's like the main thing of my journal page today. So obviously it's like you first select your photograph. That would be your step 1, and accordingly you select the size of your paper. That will be step 2, and make sure that your base paper is hard enough so that you can you can add as many layers on the top. Now, when I'm talking about the layers, I personally like to make layers in any project. This gives a dimensional look. It's like it's not just a plain flat art. Instead of that, if you add layers to it, it definitely gives you a better look. So yes, that is my technique. That is what I like to do it. Again, it depends on how you want that to be. You want to store it, or you want to just just put it up on your wall. So now how to judge which paper or which color decor to use here. So first thing, you have to see whether you want to let it look, give it a fresh look, or you want to give it a vintage look. Now, if you see these photographs, these are very sharp enough. These are, I must say, fresh photographs. These are happy photographs. So I guess I'll use those colors which are more bright. And of course, talking about the colors, we will see which colors are there in the photograph. Now, if you happen to see there is green, I can see some golden and bronze. There is some red. There is golden jewelry here. Some again, some grayish thing in the back. So this is like, see, if you notice, this gray is what I chose to have in the background, just because the background of the photograph was something similar. It should not be exactly same, but yes, if it gives a similar touch to it, if it gives a similar design or pattern to it, it will definitely bring the focal point out. It will let it look good. You can use any. See, there are no rules as such. There are only techniques. So what I can teach you are different kinds of techniques that will suit well according to my experience. You can try anything. You can try to be totally opposite. You may see, if you see that I don't have a gray paper, if you say I have let's say a purple paper, definitely you can stick that. I'm not saying that you cannot. It's not wrong. People just make sure that you keep this in mind, that whatever you do is always right when it comes to art and craft. It's just whether you feel good or not good about it. Now, these techniques are the techniques which goes well for sure because of the color schematics, because of the techniques that are there. So that's what I'm trying to teach you all here. So yes, that was our background. I just adhered it with simple glue. And next, let us say I'm gonna place these two photographs somewhere here in the middle. Now these photographs were rectangles, but I chopped them into square because my background is square. If you want to keep a rectangle background, even that would be good enough. Okay, this frame, now these, as you know, it was merging in it. I thought of adding a frame which is a bit dark, and obviously black would be good. I used this die cut, which I think is from Heartfelt or iCraft. I don't remember. I guess it was from Heartfelt anyways. So iCraft, yeah. So that is why I just used it. It's a super die and just matches with any kind of project you use. So I just chopped it off. I die cutted two things. And why black color? Because obviously, as one reason I told you, I wanted the photograph to stand out on this, so that if the background is dark, it will look really good. Now, I first thought of adding a white glue and sticking onto it, but then, it would be really good if instead of just pasting it, see, that was the difference what I was trying to explain earlier, that when you add layers, okay, if you just give it a bit of dimension, now here I'm using a two-way tape instead of just using a white glue. So if I add the photograph like this, it is going to bring layers to it and it will definitely look good. As we add embellishments, I will still give you one more reason why to give a two-way tape dimensional look and not just stick it with glue all over. This can be used as a white frame also. I was a bit skeptical, but no, I wanted black for the reason that, you can see these black linings in the background. So yes, it will match. You can play with the shapes, the angles. You can keep like this, or just straight away. Again, that entirely depends on you. It's just that some amount of black color should, or some amount of dark color should just be visible behind your photograph so that it shows up. Yeah, so we are done with this. Let's say this will go somewhere in the center. How exactly, I'm not sure. As of now, we'll understand as and when we will proceed with the other elements. So now let me just decorate. If you notice, there are these, in a dress, there are these triangle shapes, and there are this again triangular, it's called a temple design if I'm not wrong, here as well. So I think the embellishment, if it has a triangular shape, it will look good. And with triangle, the first thing that comes in mind is making a flag banner above the frame. So I took a simple yellow triangle, and I just chose few colors of sheets which were matching to this. If you see, you have a green color here, both of them, and there's a bronze as well. Then there is a a golden color inside it, and the gray, of course, what goes to the background. So when you make some decor with this, or when you make some embellishment, make sure that you use such combinations of color that is there in your photograph. That will give you an enhanced look. I just added Fevicol on the top, the white glue on the top, and did not stick the base. Now if you saw that corner of my background, I have left that also open. You can stick it. I like it to remain leave it loose. Leave some space from above. I'll just explain you in short why I did that. And in the triangular region, leave this space. In a triangular region, just add a border and cut off the extra. Make sure that you leave a big space above above. So the next step would be just fold it from the top like this. Okay, why this layer? Because out of all the four papers that I'm using, this was the thinnest and easily foldable. Chop off the extra part. So this is what we have now. Next, we'll stick this on the golden paper. So open that flap, add a little bit of white glue again, only on the top, that is after the fold. Stick it like this on the border. Just hold it for, let's say, some 5 to 10 seconds. Make sure that I'm not sticking up the flap behind. The flap is open yet. Here we are not using leaving an extra space, just cutting it off like that and giving another border. So this is like a 3-layered flag banner now. Okay, so you can even turn it a bit to give it a realistic look, to look nice. Flap is still open. We'll just add some white glue again. Stick the green cover. Here I was just thinking to add bronze or green, but I think the green is looking good. As I could have added bronze, but I have already added golden, which is shining. So I think a bit of dull would just give a balance to all the colors. Yes, so flaps are ready. What do I call them? The banners to the flag is ready. I've made a few more of these. And we can use a thread or you can directly stick it. I've taken this, I had the scrap wool left. I chose a dark green color for, again, now we know why. And I took a size a bit bigger than 8 inch. We open the flap here. And then we add white glue to the flap. Place the thread here. Close it. Press it nicely. Hold it for some 10 seconds. Press it nicely. And your flag is ready. Okay, keep on doing this. Now there are again, this is what I mean by adding layers. Just by adding a knot here, okay, you can give a bit of more drama to it. You can just put a small knot. Of course, this is not necessary, but by doing this, you will, add a nice, give a more creativity than a simple straight thread. So if you just stick all these triangles just as it is, it's not going to look that creative. This is going to just add on a bit of nice touch. And then continue to add the remaining 5 flaps as well. So don't forget to press the notification button below and subscribe to my channel, please, please, please. so that you will never miss any YouTube quick making video. Alright, so this is done, and it is ready to go on the wall, and the perfect. Again, I don't know how. Well, I just still have to figure out how I'll place my photographs. But for the flag, yes. See, this would have happened if I would have kept it straight, and that's the reason I wanted it a bit, curved. I wanted it a bit like a natural look and not straight, and that's the reason I asked to take the thread a bit more than 8 inch. You can just chop off the edges, or let it go behind and stick it or tie it or whatever. I guess I didn't want it to glue it down. I wanted it to remain a bit layered up, such that we have a base white layer, then the gray layer, and then the green flap, and then the golden, then the gray, and then the yellow. So this is what I love about making scrapbooks. It adds dimensions to your project. So next I just took a pieces of two-way tape and I just joined, I just stuck the base of it with the two-way tape. Now instead of doing one by one, it is always a better idea to do first both the corner ones, then the middle one, and then the remaining. This will give you an idea of symmetry. It will not just let your design go anyhow. It will give a proper nice symmetry to it. And the good way of two-way tape is that it will not absolute stick it. You can always remove it and add it again. As far as you have not applied pressure, you can always be alternative about it. So yes, first I did the last in the first one, and then the middle one, and then the remaining two. So that's it. This is pretty much enough to keep that flag in place. It's not going to move. And about the green thread which is hanging around, you can let it remain as it is, or you can just tuck it behind from both the side. I just added a two-way tape behind as well and just kept it there. So with this done, we are ready to add our photographs, place our photographs. I guess I'll keep it like that. You can try many different types of ways to place them. And I was just thinking to add a few more things. Let's say there is empty space here, so I thought of adding some sentiments, some words. And when I looked into my stash, I found few cute words like grateful, beautiful, memories, moment, together. And yeah, this is what I liked. It matched with the photographs, with the theme. And I think you'll see me trying few different ways how to let this in before I come back to my final layout. This part is a bit a tricky one. You have everything in place, but then till you feel satisfied, you will keep on going. So I just found this stamp. It is a hashtag stamp, so I thought of using all of them instead of one or two. Just put these hashtags before each of them. The more you practice, the more projects you make, you will understand for which kind of photographs or which kind of themes, what kind of layout is good. There are thousands and thousands of layouts which you can get inspired from different social medias. There are people uploading just the layouts, and there are many techniques to that as well. I'll definitely cover these techniques in some other video. But you always keep on, if you're new to scrapbooking, you always keep on, trying it your way. You take inspires, no doubt, from others, but then you always, this is the key to happily do your crafting and not getting stressed over it, is that you keep on different ways, try different ways, and there, don't get frustrated with it. Okay, you can take a break and you can start again, and there definitely will be a time where a position, a proper layout which will make you feel happy. And I guess once when you are happy with it, it definitely is going to look very nice. So I just happened to stick on these four, which said beautiful together and grateful memories. I think I'll go with this. Yeah, or I can also do it the other way around, like I can make it grateful together and beautiful memories, and that would be good. So yes, this is what I thought is nice for me, and so I just removed that for fifth one, and I was fine with this. Just to fill it up and just to give a bit of organic look, since you have seen that everything here is inorganic. By inorganic, what I mean is all these are sharp shapes. I have triangles, I have squares, I have lines. I thought of adding few flowers or leaves here and there. It just it makes it look beautiful. So I add this to leaves, die cut it. Again, I think this is the die cut is from iCraft. It goes pretty much with all my projects. That's what I did. And I struggled a bit again to come to my final layout, which was this. So once I was fine with it, I glued up the leaf here. So this is why when I told you, if you remember, instead of just pasting, just gluing everything down, leave some space, just add a two-way tape in the center. So this was the reason, you can easily slide in another piece of decor in between, like how I added the leaf below it. The placement is done, and next I'm using this alcohol ink, the green one, to bring everything together. What do I mean by this? Now here, if you see, there is a lot of white space, and it is not, it's looking, you can see that all these pieces are different. It's not looking as a set of one. So this is like the final step. Once you are done, once you're ready with all your embellishments and all your sentiments and your photo frames or any other decor that you want to do, the last step, or the bringing everything together step, I would say this, would be give a common touch to everything. Give let us say, bring everything together. How? By adding splashes of colors here and there, such that everything will have at least one thing in common. I'm using this alcohol paint. You can definitely use any other color. Simple watercolors will also do the needful, even that is fine. So you'll see that I'm just covering up all the white spaces in the border with the green color first, and then you'll also notice that to make it look a bit olive color, I'm adding a bit of yellow alcohol ink above it all over, and I'll also color the sentiments with the same ink, the greenish yellow ink, and put splashes of same all over. Once that is dried up, you will understand what I'm exactly talking about. You will understand that how it will feel that all these are not from different pages, all these are a set, right? So that's the key to bring everything together. I'll allow this to dry, and next I'll take this hashtag stamp. I'm using this de-stress ink. If you don't have this, you can simply add your acrylic color as well, using the olive de-stressed ink from, I guess this is Ranger, and stamp hashtags 4 times for the 4 sentiments, and then add two-way tape to the all the 4 words and attach that as well. So this was the mixture of green and yellow to make it olive. Then I've taken just the yellow alcohol ink and I'm very carefully giving borders to the grey background. That's the second layer from below, just to bring it out even more. I guess this is a bit it's looking good, but I think I'll add few more splashes in the background to give more of a common and all-in-one look. And then I'll just add these yellow splashes to the flags and the sentiments, and I guess this is pretty much it. It's done. It's good. Once it dries up, you'll see how everything comes together and your photograph has a special personalized page. I hope you all got inspired. If you make something similar, or if you make a page with your photographs in it, please share with me on himali@crafterscafehim, that's .com, that's my email address. You can even WhatsApp on the number. All the links are there in the description box. Do visit my website www.crafterscafehim.com and find all the social media links in it, and do subscribe for my newsletters via email. Again, the description is there in the link below. Thank you very much for opting for this video. Hope you liked it. Stay safe, stay happy. Happy crafting.